Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and I thought I'd talk about one of my all-time favorite writers and directors, Quentin Tarantino. I love Quentin Tarantino, and I thought I was going to do a top 10. I could have easily done a top 10 of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies, but he doesn't have 10 movies, so he has 7 movies, so I thought I'd do a ranking of Quentin Tarantino's movies. My least favorite to my favorite. So yeah, ranking Quentin Tarantino's movies was a little difficult, but I still did it, and yeah. So this is the ranking of Quentin Tarantino's movies, my least favorite to my favorite. And there is a couple rules. Yes, I know Quentin Tarantino directed a few scenes from the movie Sin City, the first Sin City. I'm not going to count City because I consider that a Robert Rodriguez movie. And I know he wrote a few movies. Those don't count. This is just his directing movies. So yeah, True Romance, From Dusk Till Dawn, those don't count. This is his directing movies. The 7, well, 8, because I consider Kill Bill just one big movie, so I don't count them together, spoilers, but yeah. Anyways, I'm babbling on. Here we go, my ranking of the Quentin Tarantino movies, least to favorites. Alright, so now, coming in at number 7 is the movie Death Proof. Death Proof was part of the Grindhouse movies, which he did with Robert Rodriguez. And honestly, the Robert Rodriguez one, Planet Terror, is my favorite. I actually do like Planet Terror better than Death Proof. Death Proof is a good movie, just I like Planet Terror better. I loved how weird it is. It was almost kind of like a B movie, a silly B movie, but like these aliens taking over, or these mutants or something, and they're all getting diseased, and you got like Josh Brolin, you got fucking Rose McGowan with a fucking machine gun leg. Awesome. It was an awesome movie. It's a sweet action movie. Death Proof is still a good movie. It's got Kurt Russell, this crazy race car driver killing all these strippers and everything, and it's a really good movie. And yeah, I got the Blu-ray of Death Proof, and I have all Quentin Tarantino's movies on Blu-ray and DVD, and this is a good movie. The action is really good. The car chasing scenes are freaking awesome. The way they were filmed and shot were really, really good. Quentin Tarantino knows how to direct good action movies, and knows how to direct good car chases and stuff, and it's a very intense and kind of spooky movie. Kurt Russell is awesome in this movie. He's a scary motherfucker in this movie, and I love Death Proof. It's a good movie. It's not my favorite. It's actually probably like my least favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. I still enjoy the movie, though. It's a very nicely written movie. The dialogue is really intriguing, and yeah, I love Quentin Tarantino's style. I love a Tarantino movie. I love its style. I love its direction. I love how it's written. I love how these characters talk. They talk like real people. And performances are really good by Rosario Dawson, Kurt Russell, Rose McGowan. All of them are great. And yeah, Death Proof, awesome movie. I own the Blu-ray. It's a good movie. Looks good on Blu-ray too. Coming at number 6 is Jackie Brown. Yes, with 110th Street. Yes, Pam Grier, just awesome in this movie. She just kills it. Sam Jackson's awesome. The weird ponytail-looking hair. De Niro's great. Bridget Fonda's great. Michael Keaton is good. And Robert Forster, who got nominated for this movie, he got a supporting actor nomination. He just kills in this movie. He's just so good. I even like this whole scene with Chris Tucker. He's very funny in this movie, and I love this movie. This is a straight-up dialogue-filled movie. This entire movie is just talking, and it's very intense. It's very funny at times, and it's really, really engaging. These characters are really just so interesting to watch, and I love the performances, especially by Pam Grier, Robert Forster, and Sam Jackson. They just kill it in this movie. And that climax of this movie is good. I love the perspective scene when they're all doing this, when they're doing the drop-off in the third act of this movie. They show the perspective of each character, De Niro, Sam Jackson, Pam Grier, Robert Forster, all their perspectives. It's very clever how it was done. This movie is a very decently written movie. Actually, more than decent. It was fucking amazingly written. The direction was good. The editing was solid. And I love this movie. It's got even a really good tracking shot when Pam Grier finds out the drop is done, and she has to basically fake like, oh my god, the money is stolen. And the way the film is shot when she's just like walking around the mall and panicking and everything, it's a very good shot, very good tracking shot. As you can tell, I have a thing for tracking shots, and yeah, Jackie Brown had a really good tracking shot, so decent cinematography, and yeah, of course, I got Jackie Brown on Blu-ray. It's a good Blu-ray. I love this movie, and like I said, Jackie Brown, it's just a knockout of a movie, and I know a lot of people find this movie boring because the movie's just talking and dialogue, but that's why I love it. My favorite thing about a movie is dialogue, and this movie has amazing dialogue. Total Tarantino style. Love this movie. Go Jackie Brown. 110th Street. Coming at number 5 is Django Unchained. Django! I love this movie. I've talked about this in my top 10 westerns. This movie is just so freaking good. It's a spaghetti western, and it's a blast. This movie is a freaking blast to watch. This is such an entertaining movie. It's funny, it's got amazing action, and freaking awesome characters. I love these characters. I love Django. I love Dr. King Schultz. I love Calvin Candy. I love Steven. I love Ian Broomhilda. I love Big Candy. They're all such hilarious, awesome characters. This movie is just so breathtaking. I love this movie. I'm glad Quentin Tarantino won the original screenplay because this movie had a lot of controversy when it came out. This movie is freaking brilliant. Fox, Christoph Waltz kill it in this movie. The show stealers, though, are Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson as the villains. Them two just steal every scene they're in. I love Christoph Waltz, but those two, DiCaprio and Jackson, awesome this movie. And yeah, of course, gotta have the Blu-ray. Ooh, it's coming out. I got the Blu-ray of Django Unchained. It's a really good movie. I bought the Blu-ray as soon as this Blu-ray came out. I had to buy it because this movie is fantastic. You gotta get this movie on Blu-ray. And yeah, if you're a spaghetti western fan or a Tarantino fan, you'll absolutely enjoy this movie. It's entertaining as hell. Love Django. Django! Coming number 4 is Reservoir Dogs. This is the very first Tarantino movie. This put Tarantino on the map. This movie is so freaking good. This is an hour and 40-minute crime thriller action movie, and it's fucking amazing. I loved this movie. This is the definition of an amazing crime movie. This movie is fantastic. This is basically about a bunch of guys who rob a jewelry store or rob diamonds and stuff, and basically there's a cop in their crew, and basically they're all getting killed off, and they're all meeting at the spot, and they don't know who the cop is and everything. And it turns out it's one of the characters. I'm not gonna spoil who, but yeah, no, you never know any of these characters' names. They all call each other by colors. Like one's Mr. Blonde, one's Mr. Blue, Mr. Brown, Mr. Gold, Mr. White, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink, and and you get little backstories of certain characters, like the important characters, like Mr. Blonde, Michael Madsen's character, Harvey Keitel's character, Mr. White, and Tim Roth's character, Mr. Orange, and then you go through these backstories, you find out who the cop really is, and this movie is just such an engaging, very thrilling movie. The performances are really, really good, especially by Harvey Keitel and Michael Madsen and Tim Roth. Them two just steal this movie, and I love this movie, and I got the Blu-ray of this movie. Very good movie. Actually, when I first bought this Blu-ray is actually my first time I ever saw this movie. I bought this Blu-ray in about 2008. Yeah, and that's when I first watched this movie. It took me a little bit to watch it. The first Tarantino movie I ever saw was Pulp Fiction, and I loved it, and it's amazing. And this movie was really good, too. When I bought this Blu-ray, I loved it. I've watched it over and over again ever since, and yeah, I love this movie. Reservoir Dogs, awesome. Mr. Brown sounds like Mr. Shit. Coming number 3 is Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Yes, I consider this just one big, long 4-hour movie. I love this movie. This is a sweet, sweet kung fu action movie homage, and I love this movie. It's got a spaghetti western kind of tone, but it's basically an homage to kung fu movies, and I love this movie. Kill Bill is fantastic. Uma Thurman as Beatrice Kiddo is awesome. She is like the ultimate femme fatale, and yeah, Uma Thurman is fucking awesome. I love this movie. I love how creative this movie is. I love the world this movie is in, and I love just Tarantino's dialogue in this movie. It just works so perfect for this movie. And I love it. I love the mythology, some of the mythology they bring in this movie about like superheroes. That's the scene in Kill Bill Volume 2 when Bill's talking about how Beatrice Kiddo is a lot like Superman. I won't spoil that scene. It's like one of my all-time favorite scenes in these movies, and it's dialogue at its best. It's Tarantino dialogue at its best, and I love Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. I only have the DVD. I will buy the Blu-ray eventually, but yeah, Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 are awesome. Sweet action movies. They're a little bloody, a little graphic, so if you don't like graphic action movies, you probably won't like this movie, but it's a good movie. It's awesome. Kill Bill, awesome. Coming number 2 is Inglourious Bastards. Yes, Quentin Tarantino basically did a fictional story during World War II about freaking Jewish American people in France and killing Nazis. Like Brad Pitt says, I'm gonna do one thing and one thing only: killing Nazis. Each and every one of you, only 100 Nazi scalps. I don't want my scalps, and each and every one of you are gonna give me my scalps. Oh yeah, Brad Pitt in this movie as Lieutenant Aldo Rames is, oh my god, so awesome. Like, he's got like better performances in other movies, but just character-wise, this is one of my favorite Brad Pitt characters. I fucking love him in this movie. He's just so freaking good. I love Eli Roth as the Bear Jew, like Donnie Wallowitz. He's awesome too. Like, we just beats German soldiers with bats. Donnie fucking Wallowitz goes to the fucking first play. Just second, Donnie fucking Wallowitz goes to the fucking home run, motherfuckers. Yeah, he's got a bad mouth on him. And I love Eli Roth in this movie, and Oh, this movie's just so freaking good. And the girl who plays Shoshana, she's a great actress. And Christoph Waltz is amazing in this movie as Colonel Hans Lando. And he won his first Oscar for this movie. Totally well deserved. Like, he won it for Django. He's great in Django, but him in this movie is just so good. He's just such a charming and likable villain. He's a fucking Nazi. Like, you were supposed to hate this guy, but he's just so charming, so devious, and he just enjoys what he does so much. You just can't help but love him, and I love this movie, and I got the DVD of it. I don't have the Blu-ray, of course, but Glorious Bastards, so worth buying on DVD and Blu-ray, and I love Glorious Bastards. It's so freaking good. And my number one favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is Pulp Fiction. No shit, right? This is everybody's favorite Tarantino movie. It's fucking Pulp Fiction. Got the DVD of it right here. I don't even need to explain why this movie's awesome. Everybody knows Pulp Fiction is amazing. Everyone knows the writing is amazing. Everyone knows these characters are amazing. Everyone knows it's a beautifully directed movie. The score kicks ass. The soundtrack kicks ass. Everything about this movie kicks ass. The freaking conspiracies about this movie, like, what's in the case? What's in the case? Is that freaking Vin Rames' soul? We have no freaking, we have no idea. Like, it's just awesome. I love this movie. Travolta kills in this movie. Sam Jackson is my favorite character as Jules. I love him in this movie. Uma Thurman's great. Bruce Willis is great. Vin Rames is great. Everything about this, everyone in this movie is great. Even Christopher Walken's one scene. It's a very weird scene. He's talking about shoving a watch up his ass. It's fucking weird, but I love this movie. It's so funny. It's so beautifully written. The dialogue is great. These characters are amazing. Yeah, you actually like think these people are mobsters. They're killers. They're fucking psycho, but you can't help but love them and appreciate them. It's because they're just so interesting. They're just so well written, and they're all three-dimensional. And Quentin Tarantino, that's the thing what he does. He makes, like, bad characters so likable with his amazing writing. And Pulp Fiction is one of the greatest movies of all time. And I love this movie. It's everyone's favorite Tarantino movie. Like, every time I see, like, a top Tarantino movies, everyone puts Pulp Fiction at #1. And I can't, you can't help it. It is the best Tarantino movie, and it's my favorite. I love Pulp Fiction. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, that was my ranking of the Quentin Tarantino movies, my least favorite to my favorites. So yeah, please comment below, give me your least favorite to your favorite Quentin Tarantino movies. Curious to know. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.